Alright, we're going to do the colored algebra 56 final. Kelly wins all addition. And let's start. Alright, let's solve the quadratic equation by factoring. T squared minus 4t equals 32. So minus 32 on both sides. So now you have t squared minus 4t minus 32 equals 0. So possible numbers are 32 and 1, 16 and 2, 4 and 8. So t plus 4, t minus 8. So that 4 times that is negative 32. And 4 minus 8 is negative 4. T times t is t squared, so that's correct. T plus 4 equals 0, minus 4, so t equals negative 4. T minus 8 equals that, so plus 8, so t equals 8. So we have negative 4, positive 8 for the answer for that. Alright, solve the equation 8x cubed plus 1x squared minus 72x minus 9 equals 0. So we're going to go ahead and put these numbers down. 8, 1, negative 72, negative 9. And possible rational roots are plus or minus 9 or plus or minus 8. This one, last one, were the first. All these give you all these possible combinations, but we're going to try the 9, the 3, the 1. This plus or minus 9, plus or minus 3, plus or minus, and we're going to try this number here, negative 3. Put negative 3 here, you're going to do synthetic division. So 8 comes down. That turns out negative 24. 1 minus that, negative 23. That turns 69. That one now is going to be negative 3. That turns out it's going to be a positive 9. Negative 9 plus 9 is 0, remainder. So yes, that's an answer. Use synthetic division again. Put a 3 in there this time. So 8 comes down. Just 8, 23. Right there, there they are. 8, negative 23, and negative 3. So 8 comes here. 3 times 8 is 24. 24 minus that, 1. That's 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Remainder again 0. Yes, that's an answer. So now we have 8x, 1 left over. 8x plus 1 equals 0. Minus 1. So 8x equals negative 1. Divide by 8. So x equals negative 1 over 8. So the answers are negative 3, positive 3, and negative 1/8. Now, the next one. We have, find the distance between the points. Negative 4, 5, and 1, 6. Alright, so distance formula, there it is. So we're going to put these numbers in there, okay, for the distance formula. This right here. So now we have negative 4 minus 1, 5 minus 6 from these right here. Negative 4, negative 1 is negative 5. Negative 5 to negative 5 is 25. That's going to be negative 1. Negative 1 to negative 1 is 1. That's square 26, or calculator, or round it. Alright, this one. Find the midpoint of the line segment between the points 2 and 6, 4, 6. So, formula for midpoint, x1, x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Put the numbers in, the 2 and the 4, and the negative 6 and the 6. 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 6 and negative 6 is 0, divided by 2 is 0, so 3, 0 is the midpoint. So now, graph the circle. This is a circle, but to do this you need to complete the square first. Complete the square means let's separate the x's and x's together, the y's and y's together, and the number on the other side. Rewrite it. Now you're going to take half of this number right here, squared, add it to this side, add it to this side. And then you take half of this number here, squared, add it to this side, add it to that side. So half of negative 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. That's going to be negative 2. Negative 2 squared means negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. So you have 1 and 4 also here. Now, this always factors. Always, always. Let me write this down here. Always. What? All these always factor. So now, this will be x minus 1, x minus 1. So negative 1 is 1. Negative 1x, negative 1x is negative 2x, x and x squared. This one factors, always. So it's going to be y minus 2, same number, twin numbers, see? So negative is positive 4, negative 2 is negative 4, and y times y is y squared. So x minus 1 squared, y minus 2 is y minus 2 squared equals 36. Put all these together. Now, opposite of these numbers is the center. So opposite of that is going to be positive 1, 2. Square root of this number is the radius. So we have the center and we have the radius. Now we need to find, next step, we need to find the x-intercepts. There's a problem. Put a 0. If to find x-intercept at y equals 0, put it in there. So we have 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Minus 4, so x minus 1 squared equals 32. Square root both sides. And 32, prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, so on. Divide 2 in there, 2 in there, 2 in there, 2 in there, 2 in there. 32 is 5, is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 5 times. Or 32 is 16 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 is 8, 16 times 2. So replace it. This by this. Now break it. Square root of 16, square root of 2. Square root of 16 is 4 times square root of 2. Now, add 1, so we have plus or minus 4 square root of 2 plus 1. Or you can turn this around as 1 plus 4 square root of 2. Plus or minus square root of 2. Now, so we have two answers. X is 1 plus 4 square root of 2 or 1 minus 4 square root of 2. So we have 1 plus 4 square root of 2 comma 0. That's one x-intercept. Or 1 minus 4 square root of 2, 0. That's the other one. Now, to find the y-intercept at x equals 0. So now, put a 0 in here. 0 minus 1, negative 1. Negative 1 to negative 1 is 1. So now we're going to go minus 1 minus 1. So this y minus 2 squared equals 35. Next step, we're going to take the square root of both sides. And square root of 35 is 5 goes there, 7. So 5 times 7 is 35, and that's not going to help anything. Leave it alone. So so now we add 2. So we have plus or minus square root of 35 plus 2, or 2 plus or minus square root of 35. So y equals 2 plus square root of 35, or y equals 2 minus square root of 35. So the y-intercepts are 0, 2 plus square root of 35, or 0 and 2 minus square root of 35. Now, center, radius, x-intercepts, y-intercepts. We have all this information. Put it together, and we're going to graph it. Here it is. Center is 1 and 2. Radius from here to here is 6. All these are 6. And 1 minus 4 square root of 2, 0. X-intercept. 1 plus 4 square root of 2, comma 0. That's another x-intercept. The y-intercepts are there. 0, 2 minus square root of 35, and 2 plus square root of 35. 0 and that. So there's the circle. Center, radius, x-intercepts, y-intercepts. Find the domain of this radical function. The formula is square root of ax plus b, set ax plus b greater than or equal to 0. So set 4x minus 28 greater than or equal to 0. Add 28, 4x is that, divided by 4, so x is bigger than or equal to 7, or from 7 to infinity, or from 7 to infinity. Alright, next one. We're going to find f plus g of x. That means f of x plus g of x. This is f of x, there's g of x. Take the parentheses off. 3x plus 5, 6x minus 1. So now that's going to give us 9x plus 4. Domain is negative infinity to infinity. F minus g of x means f of x minus g of x. This one minus that one. Copy this. Change this negative to that. Negative is positive. So we have negative 3x plus 6. Put these together. Domain negative infinity to infinity. Alright, next one. Find f times g of x. So 3x plus 5 times 6x minus 1. There they are. So that times that is 18x squared. That times that is minus 3x. That times that is 30x. And that one times that one negative 5. 18x squared plus 27x minus 5. And domain is negative infinity to infinity. Alright. Find f over g of x. 3x plus 5 over 6x minus 1. And the only place it will be undefined if 6x minus 1 equals 0. So set 6x minus 1 equals 0. Add 1, 6x equals 1. Divide by 6, x is 1, 6. So now domain is any number you want, but do not use 1 over 6 because it'll make it 0 in the denominator. And it'll be undefined. F plus g of x is this. What's f plus g of 3? Put a 3 there and copy this. So that's going to be 27 plus 4, 31. So f plus g of 3 is 31. F minus g of x is this. F minus g of 2 is, put a 2 in there. That's going to be negative 6 plus 6 is 0. So f minus g of 2 is 0. f times g of x is that of 4, so put a 4 there, put a 4 there. 4 squared means 4 times 4. 16 times that is 288, and 27 times that 108, and that copy that. So 288 minus 100 plus 108 is 396, minus 5 is 391. So f times g of 4 is 391. F over g of x is this, so f over g of 1, put a 1 there, put a 1 there. That's going to be 3 plus 5, 6 minus 1, 3 plus 5 is 8 over 5, and that's it. So f over g of 1 is 8 over 5. F plus g of x, there's f, there's g, add them together, take parentheses off, x and this is going to be 8x squared first, then the x, and then the negative 1. Domain, negative infinity to infinity. F minus g of x, this one minus that one, and you have x minus 1 minus 8x squared, rewrite it as negative 8x squared plus x minus 1, negative infinity to infinity. F times g of x, x minus 1 times 8x squared, so that times that is 8x cubed, that times that is negative 8x squared. So 8x cubed minus 8x squared, negative infinity to infinity, we're done. So now this one, we have f over g. So that means x minus 1 over 8x squared. Now, this will be undefined if it's 0. So 8x squared equals 0 divided by 8. So square root. So x is 0. So that means domain is any number you want, but don't use 0. So now we have f plus g of x is this. F plus g of 4. Put a 4 in there, put a 4 in there. This can be 16 times that, 128. That's a 4. So that and that's 132. 132 minus that, 131. So f plus g of 4 is 131. F minus g of x is this. F minus g of 3. Put a 3 there, put a 3 there. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times that. Bring the number down. So negative 72 plus that, negative 69 minus 1, negative 70. So f minus g of 3 is negative 70. Alright, this one. F times g of x is this. F times g of 2. Put a 2 there, put a 2 there. 2 cubed means 2, 2, 2, and 2, 2. There's 4 2's 8. 8 times that, 64. That's 4. 4 times that. So 64 minus 32 is 32. So f times g of 2 is 32. F over g of x is this. F of g over 2. So put a 2 there, put a 2 there. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times that, 32. And this would be a 1. 1 over 32. F over g of 2 is 1 over 32. Find the difference quotient of the function f of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 6. There's the formula, f of x plus h minus f of x over h, difference quotient. Put it in there. So x plus h goes there or there. There it is, the new, and there's the old one right there. Okay, old one, the new one. Let's call it that. The old one, we'll call this one the new one. Alright, so now we have x plus h squared means x plus h, minus 2x minus 2h plus 6. And negative for this is negative x squared. Negative of a negative is a positive, and negative of a positive is a negative. So this is going to be x times x squared, x times h, 1xh, and this is 1xh, h and h squared. So, and everything else, copy it. Now, x squared, 1xh and 1xh is 2xh right here. So x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2x plus minus 2h plus 6 minus x squared plus 2x plus. Now cancel 6 and negative 6, 2x and negative 2x, x squared and x squared. Leftovers are this one, and that one. 2xh plus h squared minus 2h. Break it up 3 fractions. So divide this one. This is going to give you 2x. Divide this one, it's going to give you h. Divide this one, it's going to give you negative 2. If the graph is a function that finds the domain, range, intercepts, and its symmetry with respect to the x-axis, y-axis, or origin. So here's the graph, and it goes this way, and it never stops. He's going down, never hits this line. So negative 5, 0 is open circle, and then there's, so yes, this is a graph function because any line going up and down like this will never hit, only hit it once. Domain from negative 5 to 0 because it goes from here to there and stop right there. The domain is left and right. Goes right there, from there to there, and it never crosses this. Range is from the bottom to the top. So the bottom is infinity. It's going to go all the way to right there, stops. And this actually should be a 5. Yeah, there it is. 5, 5. Yeah. So from -5 to -5, 5. This is, let me correct this right here on my graph. Okay, that's a 5 and that's a 5. If you can read it. But anyway, -5 and 0, yes, and negative infinity to 5. Okay, so now the x-intercept is right here, -1, 0, right there. And the y-intercept, nah, nothing, 0, none. And the graph has no symmetry. Okay, again, mark this again because this is a little bit hard to read here. This is a 5 and this is a 5. That's what it should be. -5, 5 is this point here, and -1, 0 is that point there. Alright, go next one. Points on the graph. So this says, if the graph is a function, then find the domain range, intercepts, and its symmetry with respect to the x-axis, y-axis, origin. So there's our graph, and it goes like this. So yes, this is a graph because everything hits it once. Domain from -infinity to infinity, because this graph just keeps going that way and that way, left and right. Range from the bottom is -infinity to, stops right there. So -infinity to 6. X-intercepts. There's one there. There's one there. See right there? Right there. -9, 0, 9, 0. And y-intercepts. 0, 6. Right there's one right there. So y. And we have the graph is symmetric with respect to the y-axis. Notice here's that y-axis. See that? It's symmetric with the y-axis. Half is there, half is there. There it is. Use the graph of the function to find the intercepts, domain, range, intervals in which it's increasing, decreasing, or constant, whether it's even, odd, or neither. Okay. So there is a big old W. You know, like when you go, think double meat, double cheese, double bacon hamburger with a diet soda or diet tea. Think like that late at night at 2:34 in the morning. This is the best time to eat this stuff. At 2:34 a.m. with your 4 best friends, of course. Okay, 4 best friends at 2:34 a.m. What are you gonna do on Saturday night? Go get a hamburger and eat it, and it's delicious. Now, x-intercepts, -1, 0. And 2, 0, right there. And y-intercept, 0 and up 2, there's a y-intercept. Domain, left and right, goes all the way to -3, all the way to 3. So -3 to 3, that's it. Range, from the bottom, it goes 0, all the way to 3. So from 0 to 3, so domain is left and right. Range, bottom, top. So 0 to 3. And increasing from -1 to 0, increasing from here to here, up, and from 2 to 3, from there to there, it's going up, and it's decreasing from -3 to -1, from here to here, it's going down, and from 0 to 2, from there to there, it's going down, decreasing. This graph is not constant and interval; it's neither odd or even. Use the graph of function to find intercepts, domain, range, intervals in which it's increasing, decreasing, or constant, and whether it's even, odd, or neither. All right, it goes here, never stops. It goes like this, goes up, and then it starts going up. Now, x-intercept, none. It never crosses this. It keeps going smaller, smaller, but never gets there. Y-intercept, right there, 0, 1. Domain, -infinity to infinity, like this, it never stops. Left and right. Range, from 0, but not including 0, goes this way. So domain and range is from there, up, bottom, top. Increasing from -infinity to infinity is always going up. There is no interval in which the graph is decreasing, nope. There is no interval in which the graph is constant, nope. And it's neither even or odd. Use the graph of the function to find the intercept, domain, range, intervals in which it's increasing, decreasing, constant, or whether it's even, odd, or neither. All right, so we have the graph, x-intercepts right there. Let's see, we have 0, 0. We have 5 halves and 0. Y-intercept, 0, 0, right there. And we also have domain. Well, domain is from -3 to 3. from there to there, 3 to 3. Range from the bottom, -1, down here, -1 to where? To 2. -1 to 2, and it stops right there. From -1 to 2. Domain and range. Now, increasing from 2 to 3. From 2 to 3, it's going up. Decreasing from -1 to 1, it's decreasing. And constant from -3 to -1, it's constant right here. And from 1 to 2, it's constant right here. And neither even nor odd. For the function f of x, find the absolute max, min, local max, local min. Alright, so there's our graph. So we have absolute minimum is, no, absolute maximum is going to be 3, 6 right there. That's the highest part of the graph. Or f of 3 is 6. Absolute minimum, the lowest part right there, it's going to be 1, 1, or f of 1 is 1. Local maximum, 3, 6. And the local minimum is 1, 1. Graph this, 2 parts. Set the windows of your machine, calculator. Use a graphing calculator. So y1 is this one. Make sure you hit second math to get this open circle. And y2 is this one. Put it in the machine. What's going to happen? You're going to get a graph that goes like this. It stops there and starts there and goes that way. So again, look at this. Domain is going to go -infinity to infinity. And the range is going to go from 1, bottom, to infinity. So X-intercepts, none. Y-intercept, there's 1 right there. 0, 3. Graph. Piecewise defined function. So windows, set them up. Use a graphing calculator. Y1 is this, 4 plus x divided by x less than 0. Y2 equals x squared divided by x greater than equals 0 using the graphing calculator. And we're going to get this first graph is going to go from there, open circle, going this way. And the second, the x squared, is just going to be a parabola going up like that. It's going to, if it was, it would go like this, but it just stops right there. Goes this way. Domain, -infinity to infinity. And the range is same thing, -infinity to infinity. So left and right, -infinity to infinity, -infinity to infinity for the range. The X-intercepts are -4, 0. There's one right there, and 0, 0 right there, there and there. The Y-intercept is at 0, 0 right there. A little bit harder question. Original problem, there it is. It says, what happens if you go, what if big f of x equals f of x plus 4? That means this graph right here, what's going to happen to it, it's going to get shifted up 4 spaces. So this graph right here is going to go up 4 spaces. From here, moves up 4 spaces. So from there, it just goes up 4 spaces. Okay? Shifted up 4. Original problem again, and this is f of x plus 3. It's going to do the opposite of this. See this plus 3 here? It's going to go left, -3. So this graph right here is going to go which way? Left. So it's going to go from there to the left. How many? 3 spaces. Everything goes to the left, 3 spaces. This one. Here's the original problem. P of x equals negative f of x. So that's going to be a reflection about the x-axis. In other words, here's the graph. It's going to go around. It's going to flip upside down and go right here. See it right here? This right here is going to go right there. So it's going to reflect about the x-axis right here. Okay. Original problem again. This time we have 2 things going. F of x plus 1 minus 1. So the opposite of this is going to be -1. So it's going to shift left, -1. And this is -1, so it's going to go -1 this way and down. So it's going to go this way, and down here somewhere. So it's going to go from here, that way, and down. It's going to be right here. Opposite. It's always the opposite of that. Original problem. 1/2 of f of x. That means 1/2 of f of 1/2 of all these numbers. See that 2? See the 2? See all these 2? You can get half that, half that, half that, half that. All these points will become this, so it's going to compress it vertically. It's going to squeeze it like this. This one. Original problem. So f of negative x is going to be a reflection about the what? Y-axis. Here's the y-axis right here. So this graph right here is going to go rotate like this. This is going to rotate like that, right there, about the y-axis. This one, f of 2x, is going to compress the graph horizontally. I'm just going to go like this. That means that it's going to go squeeze together that way. Okay? So, that's the end of that one. So now we have absolute value of x plus 4 minus 2. So, Windows, put it in your calculator, right here. Math number, abs, y equals abs, x plus 4 minus 2. And notice that from here to here, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And from here to here, it's 1, 2 spaces. So, there's a graph. There's the points we got from the graph. But find the area bounded in here. That's what it says. Area is a triangle. And we know the base is 1, 2, 3, 4. The height is right here 2. So put them in there. 1/2, 4 times 2 is 8. 1/2, 8 over 2 is 4. So the area here is 4. Solve using the quadratic formula. So there's A, B, and C. Positive 3, negative 4, negative 4. Put it in the formula. So negative of negative is positive. Negative 4 squared means negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. And these three numbers together, that times that times that, is positive 48. So now this and this is 64. Square root of 64 is 8. 4 plus or minus 8. 4 plus 8 over 6. 4 minus 8 over 6. So this is going to be 12 over 6. And this is going to be negative 4 over 6. This right here is a 2. And this, negative 4 over 6, I can write it as 2 times negative 2. And 2 times 3 is this. And cancel the 2's. So we have negative 2 over 3. So we have 2 and negative 2/3 is the solution for that quadratic equation using the quadratic formula.